Someone's perception of you and what people think about you doesn't matter nearly as much as what you think about yourself. Let people think what they want. Let people use their brain power and their brain energy to talk about you, to try to figure you out. Let people try to figure you out. What you think about yourself carries way more weight than anything else in this world. What somebody else thinks, if they want to use and spend their time worrying about you, that's their business. Okay? Most people don't even know how to navigate their own life. Most people don't know how to drive their own car. Meanwhile, they're trying to tell you how to drive your car. Let people think what they want. Let people judge you. Let people have a perception about you. What you think about yourself is what's going to navigate your life. Okay? When you start to navigate life from the viewpoint and the perspective of you don't have any preferences, you don't prefer being tall, dark, and handsome over being short and fat anymore. You don't prefer having the supermodel girlfriend over the grounded spiritual woman. You no longer look at any emotion. You don't no longer look at any situation as better than the other. When you start to do this, you have mastered yourself. When you look at life as neutral, you look at life from a neutral lens. You free yourself at this point. Ladies and gentlemen, when you have your spiritual awakening, you have to understand there's a shift that takes place on the inside of you. This shift allows you to realize, man, everything that I feared, all the resistance that I experienced on this earth had something to do with my lack of letting go, right? All my problems had something to do with my fear of death, my fear of letting go, my fear of attaching myself to this thing, to this person, to this city, to this state. When you have your awakening, it opens your eyes to realize the root cause of all your problems, which is the fear of letting go. The fear of letting go that habit that's not good for you. The fear of letting go that person that's not good for you. The fear of letting go that food that's not good for you. This is what it is. This is what it means when the Bible says the last battle that you need to overcome is death. This is what it means. You see, the Bible is not a historical book. The Bible is a psychological, it's a spiritual roadmap. So ladies and gentlemen, now when you overcome the fear and then you realize that the grave can't hold you, you realize that death's door cannot stop you, death's door cannot hold you. What can you do to me? Because I'm already dead mentally, spiritually. I've let go. I've already let go. When you realize this, nothing can stop you. Fear cannot stop you. What people think about you cannot stop you anymore. And the reason why most people never go on this journey, because it's scary. Letting go is not fun. It's not comfortable. It's very uncomfortable to let go of the person you've been loving for so many years. It's hard to let go of a city that you've spent most of your time in. It's hard to let go of that job that's been the foundation of you paying your bills, you see? So on one end, I understand, but on the other end, it's not supposed to be comfortable. When a caterpillar is getting ready to turn into a butterfly, it goes through a lot of uncomfortable metamorphosis. It gets all stuffed up, right? I'm pretty sure the caterpillar goes through a certain point where it feels like, holy crap, I'm about to die. But no, it then turns into a butterfly. When a woman is pregnant and she goes through 9 months of carrying that baby, you think she's comfortable the entire time? No, she can't, bro. She is cursing out her husband. She is pissed off. But then right up until the point where she can't take it anymore, the baby is born and then she experiences the greatest love possible. This is life, people. This is what life is. All the greatest masters that has ever lived on earth, the people who have the greatest purpose in life, for some reason, they've all suffered. Why is that? They've all suffered, not because the universe hates them. No, not because the universe cannot stand them. No, it's not because of that. The real reason why these great beings suffered is for two reasons. One, to prepare them for their purpose. When you suffer, all it's doing is preparing you for your purpose. It's preparing you for the destination. What you've been asking the universe for requires this path. It requires it. That's one. Two, you go through the suffering to force you to let go. When you've been through so much, you don't have time or the patience to care what people think. This is why it makes it easy for you to let go. It makes it easy for you to experience your ego death, because your entire life you've been going through the shadow work. Before you were even conscious of spirituality, you've been going through shadow work. Okay? You've been going through ups and downs your entire life. So then when you can't take it anymore, you stop caring, people. You let go. You're like, okay, I'm done caring. Let me give y'all a perfect example, okay? Right now, it is extremely hot in my car. I have to turn the AC off. I have to roll the windows up so then the audio can come out clear and you guys can hear it. The old version of me would be like, oh, I'm going to be sweating. People are going to see me sweat. People are going to... If you're tuning into this video to see me with my shirt off or to see me sweat, whatever, then you probably should not be watching, right? This is a divine message from the universe. This is meant to be given to that person who's trying to go to the next level in their spiritual journey, okay? So the old version of me would be like, oh, I don't want to record, oh, whatever. I'm going to wait till it's not so hot. Now, I have no problem showing up and taking messy action. As long as the message is given, as long as the message is felt, this is what I care about. This is what matters. I'm about to tell y'all something that most of you guys are not ready to hear, okay? But you need to hear it. The moment you stop caring about what people think about you, the moment you let go of the attachment, something changes in you. You go through a timeline shift automatically, right? In the snap of a finger. When you realize, why do I care so much? Why am I trying to hold on? The moment outcomes no longer dictate how you feel. The moment fear no longer controls you. Fear no longer dictates the choices that you make in your life. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what the Bible is referring to when it says your last obstacle that you need to face is death, okay? Not physical death. This is a psychological, a mental death, a spiritual death, an emotional death. When you stop attaching your emotions to the stuff that goes on in your life every single day, you free yourself. The moment you no longer care no more, what can life do to you when you've already experienced death? Everybody is always worried about death, physical death, spiritual death, mental death. It's looming in the background in everybody's lives, is in the background of everybody's mind. But what if I told you, the minute you can experience death before your time has come, you won. What can life do to you? What can people do to you? What can situations do to you when you've already experienced it? I cannot begin to tell you how many times in my life that I've experienced a death, a rebirth, a death and rebirth, a death and rebirth. You have the ability to experience this whenever you want. When I had my spiritual awakening, spiritual master left his body, right? This was a controlled NDE. This was a controlled near-death experience. It wasn't induced by some type of illness. It wasn't induced by some trauma. This was the universe allowing me to cross the horizon of life, to experience my infinite self. When this happened to me, I no longer fear death. I no longer fear the unknown, because what can life do to me now that I know who I am? Ladies and gentlemen, they put the truth in the movies. They tell you straight up in the movies, right? You know how like when you're watching a scary movie and there's a creature that returns from the dead, and then the creature goes, "You can't kill me because I'm already dead." You see how they put it in the horror, they put this in the horror films, but in reality, this is exactly how you should navigate life, bro. They put it in the scary movies because they don't want you to realize, no, this is how you should be. That should be you. You can't hurt me because I already experienced what death is. People think that death is the scariest thing in the world. But the truth is, you can experience death well before your time has come. Every single day you put an end to caring. Every single day you put an end to caring so much about what people think about you. Who cares about their opinions? Who cares what your boss thinks about you? Who cares what your ex thinks about you? Who cares? Most of these things will not matter in 20 years. Okay? Most people are navigating their life from an ego perspective. When this happens, you are fearful of everything. You are scared of your next move. You are scared of every decision you make. You're scared of what people think about you, right? You're scared that if you don't go to work, you're not going to pay your bills. You're scared of being homeless. Even if you have everything taken care of, there's always some type of fear that you got to worry about. So when you no longer move based off of fear, now the ego has nothing to protect, right? Now the ego has nothing to protect. Okay? You become free. This is what the scripture is referring to when it says you have to die before you die, because it's referring to letting go the attachment, letting go the attachment to outcome. When you experience this, now nothing or no one has no leverage over you. Nobody has leverage over you. Nobody can blackmail you. Nobody can control you because you now free yourself. Now you are living in life, floating on air. You're moonwalking through life because you understand, bro, nothing can harm you. Nothing can affect you. When you do this, you no longer care, right? Not because you're cold, because you've experienced the truth about life. This is the interesting part. This is the part where you trigger people. You walk into a room, you don't explain yourself, right? You don't perform, you don't announce your power, right? You're still. And a lot of people confuse this with coldness. Oh, why is he cold? Or it's like he's dead on the inside. No, you freed yourself. The spiritual awakened person frees themselves, right? People aren't gonna like it. The people who have still yet to figure out how do I stop caring about what people think about me, they haven't figured it out yet, because they still live their lives based off of other people's approval. Meanwhile, you figured it out. So these people subconsciously are not gonna like you. They're not gonna like you because you're like, man, what's so special about him? How come he doesn't care? And I still care. This is why chosen ones are very misunderstood. My entire life, I've always been misunderstood. People misunderstand me for being cold. No, I freed myself. Now I can use that brain power to be in my purpose. I can use my brain power to make these videos, to receive downloads from the universe. If you're over here worrying about this person, what this person said, what that person said, how can you receive downloads? How can you be connected to your higher self? I am now open to one-on-one consultations, whether it's a Zoom call or a phone call. The link will be in the description below. Only if you are called for it, only if it's, for you. It's not going to be for everybody. But it's been another message with Spiritual Master Man. I love each and every single one of you. Understand and remember, every single day, take the step to let go, piece by piece. It doesn't have to be all in one day, right? Take the steps you need to take. So if you're new to the channel, hit the like and subscribe for more content. I'm gonna catch you in the next one.